Good, how y'all?
Good. Congrats on Player of the Month.
Thank you.
Rookie of the Month.
Thank you.
You got a plaque for that? Or?
I don't know. They just told me. I was like, okay. I just moved on with my day.
What does that mean? What does it mean to you to get that kind of recognition? A month into your season.
I mean, it's like more inspiring than anything because like I did not have a great month last month. Like I missed a lot of plays. I missed a lot of tackles. I missed a lot of sacks. I missed a lot of opportunities to make our team better and to improve us as a whole. Not just completely avoiding the personal gratification that we got from it. So now thinking about it, it's like once all those plays start getting made and everything like that, like okay, like, it's gonna be a lot more than that.
Right. What are your own points of emphasis for correcting some of those mistakes?
We kind of added. I came out of little practice a little bit earlier. I started doing some things with Coach Caniglio, my coach, the outside linebackers coach. Fixing some of my technique because when he slowed down the game and I saw some of them, I'm like, okay, that's the issue. Like I figured out what the problem was, but now it's the problem of fixing that. Some things are just embedded, but you have to break them and rebuild them better than ever.
What's the feeling when you're watching that during a meeting?
It's upsetting, but then it's like the opportunity to get better. Like all I want to do is get better. I don't care about being the best or anything like all I want to do is just get better and be a better version of myself than I was yesterday. So like when I see like how close I am, because I'd rather be just close enough and miss out on it than my problem being not getting there. So now it's like, all right, it's gonna be good when it starts happening.
So you told me during training camp that you were chasing greatness. With the transition from college to the NFL, only being a month, having this success, how attainable do you think that is?
I think it's just a day-on-day building thing. Like I got all my teammates around me and everything like that, but every day I'm just building a little bit more, a little bit better. I think it's right within my grasp, but it's still got such a far way to go. Like it's not like a thing that's gonna beat them all. I'm gonna be the best player in the world. It's not like a thing next month and maybe even not even next year. Like I'm just steadily building, trying to get better every day.
Sheila was saying yesterday, as well as you're doing, there's a transition. What you were playing against in college in terms of alignments, it's different here.
Yeah.
How do you kind of process that? How is it different?
That's a lot different. It goes from being just a straight DN to an outside linebacker, handing the dirt to standing up, rushing to dropping into coverage sometimes. So, it's kind of a transition, just kind of learning the new techniques and everything like that. I'm doing things I've never had to do. I'm being put in positions I've never had to be in, but it's positions not just for me to succeed, but for the team to succeed. So I have to get a better grasp on that.
Do you give yourself grace during that transition?
No, I think I have to be. To be quite honest, I'm really hard on myself. I think it should be an immediate thing, but I also understand it's not that. Some things it's going to take a little bit of time to get built, but the way I see it, I can just push myself more so it can be a quicker transition.
What's the comfort level in coverage now for you?
I feel very comfortable. It's not like they're not going to drop me down 50 yards downfield covering something on like a Hail Mary. So it's not like I'm doing anything crazy like that, but I feel pretty comfortable with it.
Trubisky has been a ball magnet throughout these first 4 weeks. How has his transition to the league and the success that he's having, how is that helping you out as you progress?
Fist is just Fist to me. Everything he's doing now is exactly what he was doing in college. From even just taking away from the games and stuff, what he does here every day. He's here at like 5 in the morning. He's here till like 7 at night. Like that's just who he is. So the success and all the stats and everything that are coming from it, like I'm not surprised by any of it. I'm pretty upset that he pushed me down on that sack he got the other day. And he had to sacrifice me for it, but it happened.
Who are you leaning on in this building?
The person I lean on the most probably Byron Young and Michael Hood. Those are the 2 guys that lead my room and everything like that. Any questions I have, I'm quick to fall back on them. If I'm not having a good day, Byron's quick to lift me up. If I have a question, Hoyt's quick to answer it. And vice versa. They always have my back and I always have theirs.
As much as anyone, you seem to really be enjoying, as tough as you are in yourself, you seem to be really enjoying the experience of playing in the NFL. Is that accurate? You're pretty vocal about it.
Yeah, I think it's just a simple fact that this was always my dream. A lot of people can get caught up in it. Once they make it here, they're like, okay, now I gotta steadily say build, and all stuff. Take a second to enjoy it. This is a dream come true. Like there's a lot of people, would kill to be in those shoes. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy I was, able to get the opportunity to be here. So I'm happy every day. I try to smile. Some days, hard. Some days it's not feeling it when you wake up. You're like, all right, guys, whatever. But I'm quick to try to pick myself back up, everything like that. Even, sometimes if I can, my teammates are quick to grab me and be like, hey, man, you always have. I'm quick to be like, all right. Let's get back to it. Let's be better.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thank you.
How's it feels to be back in practice?
Oh my gosh, it feels great. It's obviously been a little journey, but nothing better than being back out with the guys.
Yeah, And what was the last month like for you?
I mean, just a lot of just being patient. Just I got a lot of faith. I just live by a lot of faith. So I just believe everything happens for a reason. So just maintaining that positivity, just maintaining like everything is a process, and even just enjoying the process. Even though I can't really enjoy being out on the fields, just.
Are you going to be able to play on Sunday? Are you planning to play on Sunday, or is that still to be determined?
I mean, we'll see. So, I feel good, body's good, but yeah, we'll see.
In terms of that process, I know it seemed like at least on the eve of the season they were kind of let's test it, let's see it. Did you feel like you were getting close and had a setback, or has it just been kind of a long duration?
Yeah, I was real excited to try to get to that first game. We did have a little bit of a setback, but I mean, everything plays out for a reason.
Was there anything you felt like you needed to test with your body out of practice this weekend? If so, did you see it?
Oh yeah. So I felt like I was ready to go. So I felt like this time coming around, I feel like we did a good job just preparing everything. So I feel like my body is ready to go. I feel like I'm lacking anything. So
What was just the frustration level having that setback right before one?
I mean, it's obviously frustrating, but it's nothing you can really do about it. So I think it's more important to just move forward and have positive thoughts and just continue to work, to get back here today rather than just dwell about what happened in setbacks. So.
What did you miss being away from the game, and how did you keep your mind sharp?
I mean, obviously the relationship with my teammates, obviously the chemistry, building chemistry when I'm out there on the field, and then probably the biggest thing is competing. Like I love to compete, so obviously not being able to work my technique, not being able to compete is that's the crappy thing about it.
How'd you keep your mind sharp? How'd you keep your mind sharp?
Oh, I always study film, so I would always, when these guys are out here practicing, I take mental notes. So even though I'm not out there moving, I put my position as if I'm pressing or if I'm playing a play, just to stay sharp in my mind. And I'm doing the same thing in film. So it's more elements than just physically being there. You can mentally sharpen yourself too. So that's what I was doing too.
As far as injuries are concerned, we'll activate Laryl Murchison. It'll be a semantic thing, and then we'll end up putting him back on IR. Poor guy broke his foot the first day back from practice. But that will, what we'll do will enable us to not necessarily have to burn him for the year. So it'll be semantics that you guys will see in terms of the transaction. So bump for him. He's worked really hard, but he'll continue to do it, and he'll be back at some point. You just don't know when that is, and everybody else should be in good shape.
Do you expect Darious to play at some point?
I do. Yeah, no, he we'll see how he feels after today, but he's had a really good weekend, so that's a positive for us.
He looks like himself.
He does, yeah, and he's got great look in his eye. You guys talk to him. He's feeling good. He's locked into the preparation, so we're excited to have him back.
So did the Morel situation precipitate signing Jonah?
It did, yes. So that was, there's a possibility that Jonah could be up and ready to go. He's got a familiarity with what we've done, so getting him out here today at practice, and then we'll see exactly what that looks like. I'll kind of be able to look at that with the coaches after today.
Green Bay, they're in the bottom third in terms of touchdowns surrendered in the red zone. They surrendered 6 in the red zone. How important will it be for the receivers to beat one-on-one coverage, not just in the red zone, but in the game?
Yeah, in general, if you get those opportunities, Coach Hafley does a great job mixing it up. There's been some things, where they've given up some of those that you refer to, or where they have a big lead late in the game, and so these guys are a great defense. They do a great job. They're very opportunistic, taking it away. We've got to be efficient in all situations like you talked about. If you do get those one-on-one ops, you certainly need to be able to win, but they got some great corners that we got a ton of respect for.
What can Darious bring to the secondary on?
Experience, confidence, production when he's played. All of those things are reasons why we were so excited to be able to get him back. And so this guy got a great concept trigger, just a natural feel. Certain guys have a knack for being able to get their hands on the ball if those opportunities present themselves. And so we're excited to get Darious back.
A couple more, man. If I don't see you before the bye week, how do you plan on spending your bye?
We'll see. Hopefully relaxing with my family a little bit, but it's so early. There's a lot of things that we need to look at, and then moving forward to hopefully getting some guys back. What do we need to be able to do schematically to continuously try to put our guys in the right spots? There's been a lot of unique things that we've experienced in the first 4 weeks, and I'm sure some things unforeseen will end up coming up against Green Bay. So we'll see after that, but hopefully get a little bit of time and then make sure that we do our part to be ready to go when we get back.
Last year during the bye, you talked about how or had a conversation with you, and there was a lot of reflecting during that bye week. Obviously, you don't know the result of Sunday's game, but is there any of what I guess goes into you playing for the second
Yeah, I
half
would
of the
say
season?
regardless of what the outcome is, there still is a lot of work to be done, and then a lot of planning based on some of the things that could be down the pipe with guys coming back. Last year was every situation, there's no situation that's comparable, but there was a lot of things that had occurred in the first 9 weeks of the season last year. So you had a little bit more inventory, you had a little bit more understanding. There's unique situations that make this distinctly different, but there's also some similarities. You always want to be able to reflect, make sure that you're doing, an after-action review really on a daily basis, but a weekly basis, and you're saying, okay, with this 5-week inventory, what's important for us to go where we want to go, to continuously improve, to focus on the process and progress, and then who are the guys that we're getting back that hopefully will elevate our team overall. So there'll be a lot of things that go into it, and hopefully, here's the thing I feel good about is the guys have done a great job with the preparation this week, and go into it with a quieted mind. Let's compete to the best of our ability against an excellent opponent, and let's see what the heck happens. Okay, thanks guys.